So that's why he's not here.
Well, I'm glad he's been able to enjoy himself today. That's a great thing.
Well, we'd like to call Scott Williamson of the Florence Police Department. Scott, if you would start out by explaining to us what happened that day, how you got called, what happened to you when you got there.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, if I may. The evening of October 3rd, that afternoon, I was actually on my way home. My day was done. I had just stopped next to another officer discussing some law enforcement business when the dreaded tone out that none of us want to hear came out. And the words, "Officers, down." Without question, we responded to assist just outside the city limits of Florence. I didn't know who was there. Didn't care. Just fellow officers. As I responded, I had one thing on my mind: to help. Whatever I could do. I responded in an unmarked vehicle. At the time, I was a sergeant of the crime scene unit of the Florence Police Department. Blue lights flashing in the dash, in the windshield. Siren going. As I approached, Deputy McDaniel saved my life. As I could audibly hear what was going on and realized this is gunfire and it sounded like a war zone, he was waving me off. As soon as I put my vehicle in park, I realized what was going on, put it back in drive, ducked down, went to leave, and I caught around through the windshield and my head. Immediately, my right side is paralyzed completely, with the exception of the movement of my hand. Gas pedal goes to the floor. I accelerate my vehicle into another victim's home, where I was stuck there. I don't even remember how long. Of course, it felt like forever. Bullets flying. I could hear and I had no idea in relation really to where I was at the time. But I was aware enough to know that there was a fight on. But I was pinned in a vehicle and couldn't get out. Throughout all the firearms going off, the confusion, radio is still just chaotic. I hear a voice. Another deputy's there, giving me comfort, doing everything he possibly can to pull me out. Ultimately, I got out of that vehicle. He stayed with me as I laid on the ground bleeding. I remember every detail that day. I remember everything. I remember being transported in an MRAP, being thrown in the back of a pickup truck and being triaged on the back of a truck, a pickup truck, being thrown in an ambulance, and it ultimately ended up in the hospital. I remember telling doctors and nurses, "Please clean my face up. Don't let my wife see me in blood." I remember the officers that were lined in the hallway, concerned about what was going on. Ultimately, after I was put to sleep in the operating room, and the last thing that I heard was a doctor tell me, "We're going to take care of it." I can't tell you what happened the next 3 or 4 weeks. I know from being told that I was in the hospital here in Cloud for 2 weeks before being transported to Atlanta, Georgia, to Reception Center, where I spent the next several months in extensive rehab.